Just a friendly PSA, the deals are still out there. Keep looking, you're gonna find them.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another What's Sold on eBay video. Brendan here, Dad Planet. Welcome. If you're new, good to see you for the first time. If you are old, always nice having you back. You know how we do it. 10 sales from the past week. That was a little bit better for September 8th through the 14th. So we're climbing back into like maybe me hitting my 90-day goal of 45,000 in sales. I had a rough August, a great month before that. So yeah, we're inching back into like respectability. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, let's get into the bolos here because we have some really interesting ones. As you can see, 3,700 almost for the week, 27 in net. My selling cost as a percentage, 23% down, which is a good sign because net is really the number that everybody should be focused on. Gross sales are always it's the sizzle part. The steak part is the net sales. So anyway, let's get into the first one here. I don't do a ton of mugs these days, but this was a really cute one because it's Ariel, and she has like her little autograph on the inside there. You can kind of see that right there. So yeah, Little Mermaid Disney mug. Let me see if I can get you a mark on the bottom. I don't even remember what it looked like. Right there, Disney Parks. I priced this aggressively because I had seen that there were a few listed, but not a ton of sales. So priced it aggressively at $19.99, and boom, that is what it sold for. $8.25 in shipping, so $28.24. The buyer is all in. I paid exactly $1. I'm lying. I paid 99 cents. For the mug, and that's the type of return that I'm always looking for. So this kind of mug here, it's probably a bolo if you price it aggressively. So just keep that in mind. Signature was one of the keywords I used. You could use, autograph I have in there as well. So if you're worried about buyers finding the items, it's a couple of keyword ideas for you on this kind of mug. So yeah, good one. Okay, next one. Look at these pictures. This was a lazy day for me taking pictures. So Fisher-Price Great Adventures Pirates. They're a bolo. They sell, these little guys sell. So I had a lot of like 17 or so figures, and then 17, 18 like random pieces from the Great Adventures Pirates set. So this is not my best work for sure. And they were in separate bags. So I don't know what possessed me to make this purchase. They were $2.99 a bag, so I'm $5.98 all in for the lot of little guys here. Let me increase it so you can get a better picture. Yeah, so that's what they look like right there, and I got full price for it. 35 bucks, $8.70 in shipping, so $43.69. They are all in. It's a bolo. Go through those like bags of toys. I talked about that with the Ninja Turtle video that I did. You're going to find those vintage turtles mixed in with the new turtles because of the passing them down from generation to generation. But check those bags, and if you're feeling limber, I guess, on a day like today, or a day like the day was that I sourced these, then I made some money too. So $35 on 6, like that's like my that would be like my regular shoe sales, right? I pay a little bit less per pair of shoes. Normally it's like $4.29 I pay. But into 35 into 6 all day long, you would take that. So yeah, Great Adventures Pirates. Keep your eye out for them because it's sold for me and it'll sell for you too. So we'll get on to the next one. Yeah, I mean, it's Halloween season here. The interesting thing about this animated witch, and she worked wonderfully, is when I was doing the comps at the time, and I had this for probably a month, maybe 6 weeks, might have even been a little bit longer. The comps, not including shipping, were in the $30 range. And so like what I'm always trying to tell you guys is ask for a little bit more. So rather than price mine also at 30 bucks, I priced it at 35 and it sold for 35. $14.09 in shipping, $49.08. They are all in, and I think I paid $4.99 for this. Always a clean battery compartment, and there's a picture of her eyes lighting up, so it worked flawlessly. It did not come with the original box, I don't believe, and that did not deter the buyer that wanted this item. So never be afraid to ask for a little bit more, because if you underprice it, you can't get it back. If you overprice it, you can always kind of reduce it or send offers. And yeah, Halloween time, witch, cauldron, ask for more money. We're on to the next one. Okay, Hampton, so this is a knife set. Hampton Forge, Scandia Forte. I don't know a whole lot about this brand. It looked like there were a lot listed, not a ton sold when I was sourcing this. This was like 2 or 3 months ago. So the story behind this is I sourced these and I paid up for them. I paid $25 for them. The garage sale that I was at, the two ladies that were holding the garage sale gave me a TV VCR combo television for free that I ended up selling for like $100 to $125. They were like, "Oh, that old thing, you can have it." It was kind of tucked away in their garage sale stuff. I don't even think they had any intentions of selling it, but I noticed it and they were like, "Yeah, just take that thing." So feeling obligated, like I paid $25 for this set. I had it listed at 90, sat for quite a while, like I said, 90 days, and so I took an offer of $70 and I'm happy to see them gone. So 1203, 8203, they're all in. It's a Bolo at the right price. Like paying $10 for the set might have been, a little bit more realistic. But again, knowing the circumstances, getting that TV for free, I was like, all right, I'll take a stab at these. So they eventually sold $70. Now, if you're calculating the numbers, if you're looking at this from a pure numbers perspective, back 15 or 20% out of that 70, calculate your return on the investment you made spending the $25, that is still an incredible return. Like never pass that kind of return up. I'm just complaining because I spent $25 on one item, but this business is spending money to make money, so I have to kind of teach myself every now and then not to fall into the trap of trying to get the $200 item for $2. Like we all make that mistake, and I'm just as guilty as the next person on that. So even though $25 and I got 70, a good deal. Don't pass up a deal like that. Yeah, it's a Bolo. Look for them. We're on to the next one. All right, vintage Kelty Bag. Let me show you the mark right there. So Sun Valley, California. It came with like a little rain poncho that I just threw. Or actually, that's the bag for it. Here's a little rain poncho that I threw in for free. It looked, I don't know, it's kind of like chalky or crusty. But anyway, the pack itself is one of those like metal frame packs, okay? And it's a Bolo. There's a market for them. So I think some of the newer Kelty bags would probably get you a little bit more money than some of the older ones. But this one, there were comparable sales for me to go on. So I slapped a $60 price tag on it. I thought that was fair, and that's what it sold for. $29.29 in shipping. So $89.28 all in for the pack, and it cost me a whopping $5.99. I knew it when I saw it. I was actually I can't believe I'm even saying this. I was a little disappointed that I thought I could only get $60 for it, but here again, like stop falling into that trap. $60 on 6, like that's a home run return for sure. So this is what the pack looked like on the back. There were no missing pieces. There was nothing faulty about it, no holes. And in these things you have to check. You have to check all of those options because your buyer certainly is going to, and it needs to be functional, right? They're going to actually use it. It's not going up into like a museum case or something like that. So it's not going on display. It's going on their back. So you got to make sure this stuff works. It worked. It was clean on the inside. There's a picture of the interior right there. Awesome pack, and I am happy to see it go. So yeah, vintage Kelty backpacks, Bolo. Be on the lookout for them. Trying to get more shoes because they're so easy to ship, so easy to store. This was funny. This was in like the regret pile at a Goodwill. So you have the counters, and then next to them they have a shopping cart of the stuff you want to put back, like when you decide at the last second that you don't want to go through buyer's remorse, you're just going to put it away. These were sitting in there, and they were like in mint condition. I mean, take a look at the condition of these shoes. I mean, they were awesome. Pegasus 35, yeah. Nike Air Zoom Pegasus 35, excellent soles. Insoles super clean. There's a picture of the tag right there. Woman's size 9.5, great size, and they sold for full price, $50, $8.25 in shipping. So they are $58.24 all in. And again, my price for shoes normally is around $3.99 to $4.29, and that's what I paid for this set, $4.29. $4.29. I can't speak. Blah. Cool looking shoes, excellent condition. You're never going to go wrong in a situation like that. So, yeah, not necessarily something to keep your eye out for, although the Nike Air Zoom Pegasus 35 has a following for sure. So keep that in mind because that is certainly a Bolo. We'll go on to the next one. If you guys have been following along on my journey for like the last 2 or 3 months, you know that I sourced this on Facebook Marketplace for $50. And yeah, right when the pandemic was hitting, I believe. So I sent an offer, or somebody sent me an offer, so it sold for 225, 224.99, 42.71 ship, so 267.70 they paid, and I paid $50 for it. Missing pieces, right? So you see like the garland on the windowsills, not all there, but it did come with quite a lot of accessories. So I tried to stage it as best I could. Bolo alert for that Christmas tree right there. That's a $50 Christmas tree right there. If I remember, I'll put the comps just for the Christmas tree up on the screen for you. But that thing right there, it's electronic. You press the gift that's sitting underneath and it like lights up, and either lights up and makes sounds or just lights up. I don't remember. But that thing was $50 right there. So yeah, a couple of other random things that didn't necessarily go with the set, but that came with it. Some of the like little figures right there, but you know, enough to keep a buyer happy. And I think this shipped to someone in Florida, so went a little bit of a distance, but yeah, good sale, and I'm happy with 224 on 50 for sure. So just a matter of time before it's sold. We're getting into the holiday season, so this is the loving family home for the holidays Victorian dollhouse. Keep your eye out for these on Marketplace and Craigslist because they are going to show up in the $30, $40, $50 price range, and you'll make good money when you find them. So on the next one, Ray Dunn isn't necessarily a bolo. It's not necessarily an exciting bolo anymore. I think the like internet market is pretty flooded, even though she doesn't sell her wares like in a mass production type of. You see them at Home Goods. I think they're at like the TJ Maxx Home Goods places. Maybe Tuesday mornings. I don't know. I know for sure it's like Home Goods and TJ Maxx is where you find a lot of the Ray Dunn stuff. So this one was rare. Okay, and it's pumpkin spice season, so there are still collectors out there for some of the more obscure Ray Dunn pieces. I sold one of her original home mugs for a couple $100 like 4, 5, 6 months ago. This is the magenta tag. For those of you that sell Ray Dunn, you're obviously familiar with this though. So it doesn't necessarily say Ray Dunn on the bottom, but you know this is her and her style. Has a heart on the back. This was a cup or mug that was very, very hard to find, and I paid $1.99 for it. Held on to it for a little while, and it eventually sold for full price, $43.99 and $8.25 to ship. So $52.24 for me and $1.99 spent. So Ray Dunn, you really have to be careful. If you're looking for Ray Dunn, if you want to do comparable research, type in very hard to find, rare, out of stock or out of print, those type of keywords, and then focus on looking for those ones in store, because a lot of her stuff is like retail price and less. A lot of people that bought huge collections and they're just trying to dump them. So they thought they were going to make them a ton of money, and they learned that lesson the hard way. But the very hard to find stuff, still a market for it, and you'll get really good prices for it. So it's a picture of the inside right there, crystal clean, and we are on to the next bolo. Okay, so this model number here, BB-HAC10 for Zojirushi, is a bolo in and of itself. Zojirushi, always a higher price, well-made product, but this bread maker is a bolo for sure. So I bought this on Marketplace. What did I pay for it? I paid $20 for it on Marketplace, and the lady lived literally across the street from me, so it was so easy to pick up. That was a wonderful trip up and down. Had it listed within minutes. It took a little longer to sell because I think I had it priced on the high end, but I got my price. I got $199, $19.07 to ship. So $219.06 for this machine, and it worked flawlessly. There's a bigger picture of it right there. I'll put the comparables up on the screen, but yeah, keep your eye out for this particular model because it is a bolo and it is a good one. And I think the list to sell ratio is like 1-to-1 on this, or even better. So you're almost guaranteed to sell it when you get it. So I mean, even $50, $60, honestly, like you could still pay that and get a great return on $200. So keep that in mind. I paid $20, so awesome. All right, last one. Okay, so I went to a church sale. I don't do a whole lot of estate sales, church sales, garage sales, although I will be doing a little bit more of that. In fact, I'm going to go get a GoPro this weekend, and we'll play around with some garage sales, and we'll see how I do, because it's just never really my where I succeed the most at. But anyway, this and another mask I found at a church sale. It's funny, at the church sale I bought a lot of like occult, devil, like they were selling all sorts of stuff that, like, I don't know, it's kind of interesting to just find those things at a church sale. But anyway, this was 25 cents. It was an extremely rare Topstone Frankenstein mask, one of the original ones. Rubber latex, it still has the smell to it, but the colors were excellent. If you see the orange behind it, I had like an orange pumpkin, like one of my display pumpkins in the house here. I used that to prop the thing up, so that's why the eyes look yellow. But I'm going to show you what the tag looks like here, or the stamp. So see that right there, Topstone, Danbury, Connecticut. It's the original, and I'll show you this side right here. It's the other side right there. I paid $25 for it, and I got $100 for it. Extremely rare, like, you know, very hard to find, rare, vintage. It's all in there. And yeah, I got full price for this bad boy. I actually have another one. It's a skull listed for like $120, and I think that has like 6 or 7 washers right now. So I'm hoping that sells for full price, you know, in the next few weeks. The reason I liked selling this now is because the 35-day return window for Halloween related material wouldn't have hit yet, right? So if somebody orders it and they wanted to like order it and return it on me, they wouldn't be able to past a certain date. So I'm like within that range where it wouldn't hit Halloween yet, if that's the day that they were going to be using this mask. My guess is this is a collector that just wants it for their collection. So they wouldn't necessarily be wearing it for Halloween with the expectation that they're going to return it just to get their money back because they know they can. That happens on Amazon all day long, and Amazon is, you know how I feel about Amazon. It's gross. If you're selling Halloween masks and Halloween costumes on Amazon, God bless you, because that's something I would never waste my time with. But $8 to ship, $107.99, and again, I paid 25 cents. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is all I have for you. I hope you are doing well. If you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Get me to 500. Get me to 1,000. We're doing a giveaway at 500, by the way. I'm doing a giveaway at 1,000, by the way. So one of them is going to be a game system with a bunch of games. I don't know what the other thing's going to be. It'll be interesting nonetheless. High value, but yeah, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Hit the like button, the bell notification icon, and for once in a blue moon, if you haven't left me a comment and or you're new, let me know how your business is going. Say hello. I'm pretty accessible in the comments. So yeah, if you have questions, you want to reach out, do it there. And that's all I have. We'll see you in the next video.